A car door, it's got to be one of the first things we ever figure out how to use, right? You just pull the handle, it swings open, you get in, simple. Well, today we're going to look at what happens when that simple little mechanism is attached to cars that cost 100,000, then a million, and then, get this, $100 million. And trust me, things get complicated really fast. This one sentence right here just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that moment where a totally basic function becomes this high-stakes puzzle. It's that mix of genuine confusion and the very real fear of breaking something that costs more than most people's houses. Suddenly, it's not about getting into a car anymore, it's this experience just filled with anxiety and mystery. And yeah, that's the big question we're diving into. What on earth happens in the design, the philosophy, and just the sheer value of an object that turns it from a simple tool into this intimidating riddle? We're going to break down 3 completely different levels of luxury to figure it out. Okay, so to figure this all out, we need to set a baseline. What does a car door look like on a high-end, but still pretty conventional $100,000 luxury car? This is our entry point into the world of insane automotive design. And yep, the source confirms exactly what you'd expect. At this price point, a door is, well, it's a door. It does its job, and it does it really well. It feels solid, the materials are super premium, but fundamentally, the handle is right where you expect it to be. Its whole purpose is access, and it does that perfectly without any drama. This is our starting point, our normal. All right, now for the fun part. Let's slap another zero onto that price tag. What happens when we jump from 100 grand to a cool million? Well, this is where things start to get weird. This is where function starts to give way to something else entirely. At this level, the door stops being a welcome mat and starts being a test. The source points out there's just no visible handle. You can feel the confusion, right? I don't think it's down here, or if you don't open it from the inside, I'm not sure how to. And here's the kicker. The complication isn't a flaw, it's the main feature. The door is like a secret handshake, a piece of insider knowledge that separates the owner from literally everyone else. It is designed to be a mystery. So you're probably thinking, what could possibly be more complex than a secret handleless door? Well, how about we jump to the final car, a $100 million vehicle? But here's the twist. The complexity isn't about hidden buttons or futuristic tech. Nope, it's about going back in time. We're talking about the first Ferrari ever made. And this quote just brilliantly flips the whole thing on its head. The source says it perfectly. This car was built before they had even perfected the modern car door. Its value isn't in flawless, seamless engineering. It's in its raw, historical, and kind of primitive design. You are not paying for convenience. You are paying for the inconvenience of history. This timeline really puts it all into perspective. This car is a true artifact from a specific moment in time. Just like the very first automobiles were these wild experiments, so were all their individual parts. This Ferrari's door isn't complicated because of some modern secret tech. It's complicated because it's a relic from an era of pure trial and error. Okay, so let's tie this all together. At each of these insane price points, what is the door really for? Because it's obviously about a lot more than just getting in and out of the car. So let's break down what you're actually buying. I mean, just look at these jumps in price. It's staggering. As you can see on the chart, it's not a steady climb. It's an absolutely exponential explosion. That massive leap from $1 million to $100 million tells you we're no longer in the world of tangible features. We've moved into something abstract, something so much bigger than the car itself. And this breakdown right here just summarizes the whole story. At 100 grand, you pay for functionality. The door works perfectly, every time. At $1 million, you're paying for exclusivity. The door is a secret, a barrier that's literally designed to keep the uninitiated out. And then, at 100 million, you pay for authenticity. The door isn't perfect, and that's the entire point. You are paying for a piece of history, flaws and all. Which leaves us with this one big final thought. From everything we've seen, it's so clear that in the world of extreme luxury, even the most basic objects get totally redefined. They become symbols of access, of exclusivity, or of history. So at the end of the day, the real question isn't how to open the door, but what opening that door truly represents.